Hello, everybody. It is Monday, the 6th of June, 2022. It is 11:30 a.m., which means it is time for our Midday Mindful Moment. And you know what? It's a Monday memory. That's what I'm doing on Mondays, doing some Monday memories. Yes, the Mindful Moment is the opportunity we take every single weekday to engage in some spiritual practice, to be reminded of our inherent good, to deepen into the understanding of our beingness. Because when we engage our spiritual practice on a consistent and regular basis, well, life just gets better all around. And that's what we're here to do, make life better. I'm Reverend Jonathan. I don't think I said this. I'm Reverend Jonathan Zenz. If this is your first time joining us, I have a lot of energy, but I'm Reverend Jonathan Zenz. I am the senior minister here at Unity of Tucson. Yes, and I am deeply grateful that you have decided to be with us today. Whether you're watching live or on the replay, I would love for you to post a comment and let me know that you are here. Today is another, because it's a mindful memory moment, because it's a Monday memory. I am not actually live, so I won't be able to see your live comments, but I'm always grateful to go back and read them after the fact. So please don't let that deter you from actually leaving a comment. I will, of course, offer my reminder, as I do every time I see you, and it is to say, you are love, you are light, you are life, you are magnificent. And I'm going to encourage you to really hear that today. You are love. That is the core, the beingness. That is who you are. You are light. You are life. You are magnificent. And you know what? You don't need to do anything to be those things. You just are those things. You don't have to try and make it happen. It's just who you are. Celebrate that today. So today, the memory today comes to us from July 24th, 2019. And as I said, I think last week, I don't pre-screen these. I just go and I find the point where I want to start the video and cut into it with whatever the message was that day, because I like to experience being inspired by them myself. So let's go see what I had to say on July 24th. 2019. I'll be back in just a minute.
So what's coming up for me today is this idea, this notion. We live in an integral universe. We live in a universe of integrity. That means that everything is part of the wholeness, that there is nothing separate. Integrity means to be cohesive and whole, right? And so there's nothing that can be separate from that. But here's my question. How often do you feel separate? When we feel separate, that means we are out of our natural integrity. When we feel separate, it means that we cannot create actively, purposefully. We cannot create the lives we want to create. So today's reminder is all going to be about being in integrity, to recognize that we are always in integrity, to know that we are always, always part of that infinite wholeness. Because that's really what this is all about. You know, when I do the prayers, when I do the spiritual mind treatment, the way that we teach those things within my philosophy is in 5 parts. And the first part is recognition that there is only one thing going on. There's only one energy. There's only one creation. There's only one thing going on. And part 2 is to affirm for ourselves that we are part of that infinite wholeness, that we are that which is. And then the third part is to declare what it is we would like, to allow ourselves to go to the place of gratitude. That's part 4. And then laying back into knowing that we have spoken our word, grounded in a belief, and it becomes the expression of our lives by releasing our attachment to it. This whole thing about integrity, though, this whole thing about wholeness is to help us remember, though, ultimately, steps 1 and 2. Recognition that God is all there is, that this power of love is all there is, this creative nature is all there is, and number 2, that we are part of that we are expressing as that the wholeness of ourselves is that very notion, that very thing, that very love, that very energy. So, we could do this work in just those 2 steps. So what do you say we allow ourselves to just settle back right here and right now into that infinite truth. If you're in a place where you can close your eyes and it's comfortable for you to do so, do so. Let yourself live in that comfortable place. Just take it all in. Breathing in. Allow yourself to breathe in the good. And breathe out. And relax. And breathe in this energetic good. Breathing out and relaxing. I am centered. I am focused in this moment. And from this place of center and focus, I know and claim and trust beyond a shadow of a doubt that there is only one power. There is only one presence. There is only one infinite creative resource. I know that there is only one thing going on. It is God. It is love. It is this constantly forward-moving evolutionary impulse of life. And this is who and what each and every one of us is. We are this evolution of life expressing itself by means of us. I know that I am wholly, 100% divine stuff. I am spiritual expression. I am that which is. And this is true for every single person that exists. Each and every one of us is perfection embodied and expressed, because that is what this divine creative nature is. The universal principle is yes, yes, yes. And so everything in our lives is yes, 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 right here and right now. I relax into this knowing, and knowing that I am, and each and every one of us is, an integral part of the wholeness, that there is absolutely no separation. And trusting this and knowing this and allowing this idea of perfection to take root in my soul, I claim here and now that life gets better because of it, because I know who I am and I know who each and every one of us is. Every single one of us is living a better life knowing who we are. I let that memory of our wholeness take hold in the here and now. I trust in the perfection of this wholeness in the here and now. I know and trust that each and every one of us is moving forward and evolving perfectly as this thing called love. I relax into this, knowing that this feeling that I am experiencing right now, this tingly feeling, is a feeling of goodness, for it is rooted in that spiritual truth of wholeness, of unity, of integrity. Oh, I'm so grateful to know this, and I'm so grateful for this power. I'm so grateful to know that not only am I immersed in the presence, I am the presence. That all that is me is this presence of love. I am, as Rumi says, the entire ocean in a drop, and so are we all. And so for this, I am deeply grateful. I relax into this knowing, allowing this feeling, this welling up of gratitude to take hold and allow the perfect unfoldment of this word in my life. Trusting and allowing and knowing, I relax into the perfect outflow of spirit, trusting that this word spoken returns to me fully formed, for it can never return to me void. I know it is so, and I let it be so right here, right now. And so it is.
Funny little cutoff there, but ooh. That was a good one for me today. And it actually was a really, I think, kind of a perfect follow-up to the talk I gave yesterday in service. The Land of Make-Believe was the title of the talk. And really what I essentially was getting at is that we do live in an integral wholeness, and our thoughts create our experience. I mean, that's the fundamental premise of the whole philosophy. I do want to address a couple things. Of course, when I was doing these back 3 years ago, I was still leading a religious science community. Religious science is another branch of the New Thought paradigm. I am an ordained religious science minister as well as an ordained unity minister now. So I hope I have double ordination. We refer to affirmative prayer on the religious science side of things as spiritual mind treatment. So if that's a phrase that is new to you, if you're more rooted in the unity movement, just know that spiritual mind treatment means affirmative prayer. And you often hear me say affirmative prayer treatment. I also want to address that, I talked about those 5 steps in the religious science form of prayer being recognition, identification, declaration, gratitude, and release, right? Unity has 5 steps as well. And there's there actually can be an association of those 5 steps. So unity's steps are these: relaxation, concentration, meditation, realization, and gratitude. And the reason I want to bring this up is to say, we're not so far different. We're not so far different. What is the purpose of prayer? I put on Unity of Tucson's website, the practice of prayer in unity and new thought is rooted in this concept. We are not asking for anything. We are affirmatively stating our good and live in the expectation that good is our reality. And so we teach this method of affirmative prayer that shifts the focus away from the relative circumstances. So we're not looking at the stuff out there. And what we are doing is consciously, we're moving toward the underlying spiritual truth or nature. And so in unity, we relax, we breathe and turn the attention to the inner life. We concentrate on the understanding that God is the only thing that exists. If we're going to place our concentration anywhere, let's place it there. God is the only thing that exists. And so with that relaxed, concentrated understanding, as I step into a meditative state, that's the 3rd step of unity's form of prayer. What am I meditating on? Well, if God is all there is, that must be who I am. And from there flows forth our realization, that which we are praying for, to deepen into an open awareness of the spiritual truth underlying all circumstances. And when I affirm that and know that and embody that, then I can live in gratitude for that. So both some spiritual practice and a little lesson today as well in terms of a method of prayer. Here's the thing about methods and techniques. Find what works for you. I always say technique is anything that works. And so if the spiritual mind treatment form works for you, use it. If the unity form works for you, if a combination of the two works for you, use it. Find what works for you. That's what's most important, because you are the one creating your experience. That's it. Grateful to spend this time with you today. Always grateful to have a Monday memory. Love these Monday memories. I'm really enjoying going back and seeing what I wasn't feeling inspired by in years past. Do continue to comment. It's so funny. It is such a habit that I look over here, which is where your comments would normally show up if we were live. Habit. Do continue to comment, like, share, follow, subscribe, all that jazz, wherever you're watching from, Facebook or YouTube. Share this video, share the prayer, share this passion. I share my passion, and I would love for you to share my passion too. It's kind of a funny way of thinking about it. Also join me on Wednesday for our Wednesday prayer service at 12:30 p.m. That's noon on Wednesday. That is a live experience, in person only, not online, in the prayer room here at Unity of Tucson. Would love to see you there. This coming Sunday, we will, have our 9:30 a.m. meditation in person and online. I went back and looked. I'm sorry if you tried to log in online and didn't have any sound. We didn't realize that the sound was not being broadcast. So that will be fixed for next week. So 9:30 a.m. meditation, 10 a.m. celebration service. Those events are both in person and online. This coming Sunday, we have the great benefit of being inspired by Reverend Felicia Searcy, who will be our guest minister. She's a staff minister here. She's not a guest. She's a staff minister here at Unity of Tucson. She's going to be leading the service because I will be on my way that morning to go to the Unity People's Convention in Kansas City. So don't miss it. She is awesome. And I'm so excited to hear how she inspires us all. So join us for that. All right, that's it. I'm going to go. and enjoy the rest of my day. And I expect you to do the same thing. And don't forget, you are magnificent. And like I said before, it's not because of anything you do, it's just the core of who you are. Celebrate that. Shine your light. Keep shining that light. Peace and blessings to you. Be well.